Kiandeda, Ayanan, Goy Akan, Diana Akan. Good morning. We're sitting here with Chairman at the OKANA Resort. Chairman, why don't you tell them why we're here?
Good morning, and thank you for having another session, Coffee with Chairman, and just be able to report and just share in terms of just preparing for the next term, the next time frame that's coming up. And so, but for today, this is the first day of the 38th Annual Sovereignty Symposium, and there's at least representatives from every branch of the Kiowa government, the executive, legislative, and judicial branch. And we have several members of our boards and commissions here as well. So we have a very good representation from the Kiowa tribe. We had the opening ceremony earlier, and our very own Kiowa Black Leggings were there to open up the ceremony, and all various tribal leaders were able to carry in the flag. So I carried in the Kiowa flag as I did last year, and so this year we were able to open it up in a good way and have a good opening ceremony. They recognized Governor Bill Anatobi as he he recently announced his retirement, and he's been a longtime friend and supporter of the Kiowa tribe. And we would just want to wish him well, and I know we'll continue to work with them in some way, shape, or form. So it's been a good day so far, the opening session, a lot of good information. This Sovereignty Symposium began, I believe it started at the University, Oklahoma City University, and it just has continued to grow each year. And so it's really good to be able to be a part of it and be here with our people.
Very good. Because I know there's like over about 47 tribes in Oklahoma, right?
Yes.
Okay. Could you explain what the purpose of it is?
And so the purpose of this is to provide dialogue, presentations over the next 2 days into areas of education, how it makes connections in gaming. So there's just a whole host of various presenters. Usually they're in panel form, so they bring in a lot of folks, a lot of individuals, tribal leaders, and people that are here to provide just wealth of knowledge to those that are attending. Last year I attended here as well, and I really learned a lot. And so far what I've attended this morning has also been equally important. One of the main things I did hear about, and I know we've been talking about it for a while, and that is to begin having our own connections to the United Nations. As a sovereign nation, one of the speakers this morning said every tribe should have their own ambassador to the United Nations. And that's something we've talked about before, but we really want to move forward on that in some way down the road, because I think that's important for us as a sovereign nation to have that representative there.
And speaking of moving forward, we recently had the election.
We did. So our budget passed. I believe the last one to pass was 2024, 2025, I believe. And so it was great to be able to say that we've been able to accomplish that as a people. We all came together and we voted. I know this was the first time, maybe in the format that it was presented, where the line item budget was released, our website first and then our media pages. My goal of being transparent and wanting to make sure that we're moving forward, we're understanding, and the people know, all, not just in our local Southwest districts, districts 1 through 6, but also District 7 for sure. I've heard from many that feel that there's a disconnect, just not enough information that goes out to that particular district, and so I want to make sure that we're connecting. And so earlier this morning, Vice Chair Donna Ritchie and I, we met at another planning session, a planning breakfast, and we started working and going over plans to start having listening sessions with our district constituents, our tribal citizens. We're going to continue to start setting certain dates for it so that we can start having those listening sessions and gathering input, especially in light of the budget, as you mentioned earlier, and figuring out not just for that purpose of how to improve our programs, but also how to look at new opportunities for building our tribal enterprise opportunities. I have tribal citizens that mention this to me. They'll send me an email or they'll send me a message and say, hey, this is a good idea, what do you think? And my reply is usually I will review it, We'll get with our team, we'll put a feasibility study together, but we want to look at those options and not turn it down and say, no, that's not a good idea.
So referring back to the constituents and being able to communicate the district, so does this mean that you're trying to work closer with the legislature?
It is, and we've been working closely. In fact, that's the only way that we were able to make it to this point, to where we were able to get the budget to that point where we could get it to the KIC and then get it on the ballot so that it could be done that way. And we're continuing to work with the legislators to make sure that all of the various businesses or ideas that are needed, we have to have the supporting legislation, the supporting the authorization, and that all of those things have to be in place, those foundational connections to the law, to our Constitution. If you don't have those, then you're just operating out of sync, out of, and out of order. And so you have to make sure that you're doing it the proper way. And so it requires a lot of interaction, but that's what it takes. You have to work with your stakeholders to make, especially in our structure as a tribe, we work with all of our citizens to make sure that we have at least as much of a cohesive way forward.
Very good. Thank you for your response.
Sure.
So I know that you have a busy schedule, but a post from the Tribal Sovereignty Symposium. Why don't you catch us up a little bit? What you have?
Well, there's quite a bit coming up. We will be meeting this coming week. I have several meetings, or tarot meetings. I'll be going to the District 6 meeting Wednesday night. Thursday I'll be at the casino at Duval. There's the outgoing legislators luncheon that they're having there. But also I'm meeting with casino leadership. We're going to be going over several options, several strategies moving forward, or determining if we're going to move forward with some of those strategies in terms of expansion or whatever that might need to be. The structure that we need to make sure we take into account all of those factors. What will that look like if, say, Texas legalizes their gaming operations? How many years out? But we want to make sure that we're looking at the solid numbers and the data and making sure that we're doing the right choice for our people. And mostly moving forward and not stepping backwards. I don't like closing anything. I like to restructure, repurpose, and make sure that we're expanding and moving forward in a good way, but strategically too.
I like that because for a while, people, they would make decisions without even looking at the data. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that you're looking into that more.
Yeah, it's important to look at the data and make your decisions based on that, and just making sure that we do it right.
So what we have at the Kiowa Tribe is Thursday is going to be the All Indian Career Fair. That's going to be there in Lawton. Trevor, you want to brief on that a little bit?
It's a nice collaboration that's been developed with one of our potential future partners, Hillary Communications, and it connects with the grant that they received, and we'll be able to connect on parts of that where that will provide some services to our people, and we'll be able to connect on that. But this particular event grew from that project, and so we'll be offering this event. Shanoa Barheit has been instrumental in developing that, along with members of the media team and other partners that have been working together. Dr. Tony Sotogmule has also been working with this because it works well with education, workforce development, and so it will be hosted there in Lawton, and it's going to be, I think, Impact Center. It's going to be a nice event. It'll be the first of many.
So along with that, as for the Kiowa Tribe, I know that this week we have our cleanup day with our Kiowa Gore Clan. That's going to be Saturday. The headsmen, what they asked is that you bring your trucks, your trailers, your tools, your gloves, just come down, just help, because what they're going to be doing is setting up the arbor, and then they'll be getting things ready, of course, for our big annual.
That's right.
Yeah,
it's coming up quickly.
Coming up fast, and this is the time that, Kiowas love this time of year.
That's right.
Because for us, not only do we come together, we celebrate together, and also for a lot of them, they recognize it as well. This is the start of our new Kiowa year.
That's right, it is.
Because along coincide that, of course, our Kiowa Tribe in July is also when we begin our new fiscal year. That's when the budget will actually be taking place as well.
That's true.
And we'll be welcoming some new legislatures.
That's right. So July 15th, we'll have the swearing-in ceremony for myself and Vice Chairwoman Donna Ritchie, as well as new legislators that will be coming in for District 1 and District 3.
Okay, and also let's not forget Sunday is going to also be the beginning of our summer solstice. Fame, which is not too far from here, they're going to be having an event as well. Our Kiowa Language Department is usually involved in that. So if you're able to, come up and come join, and at least stop by our language department, give them a visit. That's all I have. Do you have anything else that you'd like to announce?
No, other than just there have been a few changes at the, for our radio program that due to changes with the former Kiowa Talk program, the main person that was in charge of that decided to stop that. We didn't want to stop that program or any kind of programming. We still wanted to have radio outreach. And so thanks to you and your colleagues in the media department, as well as Coy McLemore and Vice Chairwoman Donna Ritchie, you've all been working to try to provide us a balanced program. And I'm really proud of how it's been operating. And I'm thankful that our Casino Operations Authority, or just casino operations, that is continuing to support that endeavor. We want to provide information to our people, and that's one way to do it. And it's no longer Kiowa Talk, it's just Kiowa Radio, and we're just going to continue with that and build it and organize and make it to a point where no matter who's in these positions, my position, your position, they can still continue that forward and provide solid information, mostly around culture, mostly around our language, our songs. As you mentioned, Saturday, Coy will be there along with several members. He'll be interviewing several leaders of the Kiowa Gord clan. I'll be there. Vice Chairwoman Donna Ritchie will be there, and I know you'll be helping as well. Yeah. And so we'll be looking forward to that, getting more information out, and just being able to see what will be shared during that time. Cy Altone is joining him, and I guess will be co-host for Saturday. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. I always enjoy him as one of our elders.
He has the golden voice.
He has the golden voice for sure. So I'm looking forward to hearing that on Saturday. So.
Well, thank you for the feedback.
Sure.
And for those that are wondering, the radio show, it starts at 9 o'clock. On Saturdays, KACO is going to be on 98.5, and our time slot is 9 to 11. Join us this Saturday. It's going to be a good one because, like you said, Cy Alton is going to be our guest, and they're going to be telling us the history of Kiowa Gord clans. Okay, and FYI, if you have any feedback, comments, or you have some stories or anything that you'd like to share with us for media, you can send it to us at pr@kiowatribe.org. Thank you again for listening. Deyonde Bakade. It was good to meet all of you.